YouTubers. Vader in the shop. This is actually off of NT8's line to baffle and amaze you. This thing is freaking a little baffling at first, and it does amaze you. Got the NT8 got his Wi-Fi remote pack in, and I just got mine. I did the upgrade. That's really important. So you follow the procedure exactly. Do the upgrade. It actually upgrades the remote. Also, there'll be two fields that come up using the GoPro software. Two fields come up. You have to do this one first, and you plug it directly into the cable, directly into the backpack of the Wi-Fi unit. Okay, it reads that, and it flags it that's got to be updated, and it does the update to that. Then, when you're done with that, when it tells you completed and all that stuff, then it will talk. You click the next field, choice, which is the remote unit, and it actually updates it over the air. It's really cool through its Wi-Fi connection. Anyways, I did all the updates on it, and I found the procedure to turn this thing on is you can turn the remote on by just pushing the button once. It's like you would do the camera. You turn the camera on, okay, and then you turn the Wi-Fi unit on, and that comes on. And then it starts to talk to each other, and then it finds each other. It's cool as hell. What I'm doing right now is scrolling back through, getting it back in video mode. But anyways, once it's communicated, it happens fast. The first time it's got to, talk to each other and kind of get acquainted, I guess. But the other thing is too, this thing you have to charge this thing. Mine was low battery. I had enough in there to update it and stuff, but it's really cool how it works. There's a special cable, and it looks like this. Because you're like, okay, how the hell do you update this? How do you charge this stupid thing? Well, there's a little button back here. You push this button, slide it over, and it releases the safety cable release. Okay? And then this plugs in its place. Okay? It swaps, and there's two little contact pins right here, and they have to touch these two. It's cool as heck. And I let mine charge for about an hour and a half, a couple hours maybe. And once it was charged, so don't lose that cable. I'm sure you can get another one, but they're probably expensive. But don't lose that cable. That cable plays a very important role. It charges your remote. But anyways, there's another, like NT8 said, there's another cable for the USB port, but they're just standard USBs. And again, it comes with a couple of extra little door covers. But anyways, once you've got that connected, it works cool as hell. I'm going to tell this thing to go ahead and record. And basically, you hit the little red button, and you see the lights come on. You got your little flashing lights all over the place, telling you that it's recording. Because now it is recording. If I want to stop, I just hit the record button again, and it stops. It works like a champ. Now there is a down the road update for the video streaming and audio streaming type thing, but I'm not worried about that right now. There's some other things in this. I haven't had a chance to read the manual completely. My biggest thing was I want to get the remote running. I want to be able to tell this thing. And it's cool because once you've got more than one camera, it actually tells you how many cameras you got on here. And I'm sure it's probably a selection process of which camera you want to talk to. And then you tell it, what to do. There's commands on this display telling it, for functions. Because this is your mode button. This does basically what this one does almost. It's interesting as heck. It's basically the same information. And they knows each other because of Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. But each one of these cameras, is ID'd in a nutshell. It has a separate ID, and which is kind of cool. But anyhow, The remote works cool as hell. I love the remote. You know, once everything's been acquainted, as in the things are communicating to each other, if you hit the off button on an off button, it will actually shut off the camera and the remote. So if you press it, just like you would when you're shutting things down, and hold it, the only thing it don't do, and you have to do it yourself, is it does not shut the Wi-Fi off. So you hit the little button, and it will shut it down. I'm sorry, you got to hold it. There it goes. Now the Wi-Fi is done. Now again, once it's off, once the Wi-Fi is off, the backpack, they won't communicate with each other. Okay, they're not. You can turn the remote on all day long. It won't do nothing to that camera. The way I found is I turned the backpack on first. That's what I did once I understood it. And then I turned the remote on just by pressing the buttons. And they start talking to each other. Okay, now let's turn the camera on. Because once they start talking to each other, it knows what to do. I basically said turn on. So it's really cool. I mean, it's, you know, again, the sequence is turn the backpack on, get your Wi-Fi going, turn the on button of the remote, and you don't turn the camera on. It'll turn on by itself because it knows, because it's communicated saying, hey, I just told you to turn on. So it's pretty cool, guys. Cat's meow, man. I'm going to, the one thing you do have to remember, though, if you hit the mode button one too many times or something, or just, you know, you get out of sequence, make sure, if you want to take a video, make sure that you see the camera symbol on both devices. It should be, but if you see the camera on there, that's picture taking. If you see the video camera, that's movie taking. And then, you know, on and on and on. You can actually scroll through all the functions, if you will, of the camera through the remote. You can do some other cool stuff too, again, that I have not had a chance to play with, but my biggest point was I wanted this thing to be able to turn the recording on and off, and I'm going to do just like Gentleman Nine did. I'm going to Velcro this bad monkey, and I'm going to use it like exactly like he did. I loved how that worked. So the GoPro 2 is a huge hit with me. Now I got the remote. Again, guys, I know this stuff's expensive. I spent all my Christmas money and my kids' inheritance, if you will. But anyways, you know, it's a one-time hit. But I'm telling you, this camera, I'm happy, man. It's well worth it. I'm glad I went this route. This is definitely the way to do it. Push and hold. Shuts the backpack off. Now you're totally dead. Shut off. Down. But anyways, that's my video on the Wi-Fi combo kit backpack system. Cool little books. Got kind of all kinds of little stuff in it. But again, you charge it the same way you do with the camera normally. You do, you know, everything gets charged to the USBs. No brainer. This one here charges with a special cable and a USB port in your computer, your laptop. If you have a hub, a USB hub, preferred, if you do it through a hub, preferred that it's a powered hub. That means the power is not supplied by a USB connection. It's actually supplied by a separate little power supply that powers the hub. That way you can handle the voltages required to feed this thing and charge it all at one time. A regular hub that's plugged into the USB port in your machine that is fed, powered by that USB port, they're usually not adequate, guys. I know everybody will say, oh, yeah, they're not adequate. Trust me, it's just not. The current levels start dropping when you start it, because you got other devices hooked on that hub, if that's what you're doing with it. And trust me, they all take their little bit, and, you know, Ohm's law is, you know, a voltage drop is a voltage drop. Well, if you want a good charge on these devices, do it right out of your USB ports, out of your machine directly, or your laptop directly, or a powered hub. And you can even buy USB chargers too. So, but anyways, I I'm going to charge mine overnight because I'm going for a nice ride here, here in Michigan. Here, going to Elkton, Michigan. I'm going to do a video of that. I'm going to go see some other things too, but we're going to do some. Going to go see some turbine wind farms. There's some of them in the thumb of Michigan in Bad Axe area, Elkton area. It's about 100 miles away from here. Going for a nice ride. Then we got a couple other things we're going to go look at. Trying to get our buddy Craig involved too. I don't know if he can or not. Shout out for Craig, Runaway Trekker. You guys don't know who he is, look him up on his channel, Runaway Trekker. He's got a few videos up, and cool guy, you know. But anyways, so again, this is my video on the Wi-Fi backpack with remote, and a little bit of how-to and a little bit of information base. And hey, get them, guys. If you can do it, do it. Again, I'm spending my kids' inheritance. They already know it. That's the way it is. Anyways, we'll talk to you guys. Thanks for watching if you do. And comments are welcome. Thanks, guys.